Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Now, as you saw in the intro, today's review video is going to focus on Transformers Studio Series number 109, Concept Art Megatron, as he was envisioned to appear in Bumblebee. And wow, I have to say, ever since I saw the images of this figure, and I've seen the video reviews of this from other reviewers, I'm still impressed with the figure. Now you're probably wondering, why am I stating just a figure? We'll get to that momentarily. But in the meantime, let's not jump ahead. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure as it appears in the box. And wow, look at that awesome looking figure. That is so wow. Now, they had done the Cybertron sequence with Megatron in tow. Holy cow. You would have G1ers literally, yeah. Wow. I'm a G1er, mind you. So I'm just like, whoa. And look at the artwork on here. That's another thing too. Good gravy. Look at that awesome looking artwork. Oh, sorry. There we go. And man, let's go ahead and take a look at the side profile here. And you see a close-up of his face. Man. Wow. This is the Megatron that we should have gotten. Just as a lot of people were saying this, a lot of us, when we first saw the Bumblebee movie, especially within those first few minutes at the beginning, this was the Optimus we should have gotten. This was the B we should have gotten. They showcased a lot of different characters at the very beginning. These were characters that we should have gotten initially. So if they had gone ahead and proceeded with Megatron at the very beginning, man, oh man, people would be saying this would be the Megatron we should have gotten initially. But again, let me digress. Now on this side, you will see really great artwork. You'll see how it came from the concept stages to a more rendered version. Then on this end, you will see his product shots, and I have to say, man, that is really, really awesome. So up here it says, big screen inspired scale, detail, and backdrop, and it says that in multiple languages. Down here, it would say Cybertron Falls, and again in multiple languages. So this is all just a concept art. Now, I did say how much I was gushing over about the figure and everything. Now, we got apparently he is a triple changer. So as you can see by the product shots, you have a tank mode, which is pretty good. It kind of reminds me of Metal Slug. I think that was the name of the game. I like the tank mode. The jet mode, I think it could have done some work. But again, that's just my opinion. So there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and take one final look at the box. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get him unpacked. All right, here is Megatron, and I have to say, this is a phenomenal figure. I'm really liking it. Let's take a look at his head sculpt right there, which is very, very menacing. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the stand here so you can take a closer look. And wow, that is, wow. I really wish, though, they could have smoothed the face out a bit. I love the helmet, don't get me wrong. That helmet is boss, but yeah, that face is the stuff of nightmares. Oh man, let's go ahead and zoom out. All right, there we go. And you see he's got a lot of great molded detail on there that the light that I'm now using is showing. And wow, check out that molded detail. Now, of course, there are certain things that I really wish that Hasbro would stop cutting corners on, and that's the paint applications. Because here you have designs that were showing off and everything, and they're cutting corners. Like here, they could have gone ahead and continued off with the paint apps right here. Now, I have seen a couple of customizers, do paint applications, so I'm probably going to follow suit in doing that. Wish me luck on that, by the way. So I will go ahead and complete the paint apps here and here. So we will see what happens there. Now, of course, he's got some great range of motions. Mine's is tight, though, really tight. The head is on a ball joint, so it is tight as hell. You got him going 360. He can look up, he can look down, he can look right, he can look left. His arms can go 360. It's on a rocker as well. He's got a butterfly joint as well. He's got upper bicep rotation as well as elbow rotation here. He's got wrist rotation and can bend forward. He also has opening and closing fingers. That is awesome. He can kick up. He does have skirts that can open up here. He can bend over 90 degrees. His foot can bend down, can bend up, and can angle out. So, yeah. He also has side skirts as well, so that can also help. So there he is. And let's go ahead and take a quick look around behind him. And wow, man, that is awesome. Like I said, this figure is awesome. I don't know why they didn't bother with introducing him in the Bumblebee movie, but okay. So, but there he is. So give me a few minutes to go ahead and take some shots for the end cap, and I'll be right back with transformation. And here we are with transformation. Now, one of the first things we're going to start off with is putting the hands in here. Now, for those of us that have nails, it's easy. You just plop that open. But seeing as how I don't have a whole lot of nailage, it's a little bit difficult. Now, the other one had a closed fist. This one I had left open. So one of the first things you need to do is fold the fingers in and then close the rest of the fist. Now, once that is done, just open up that side panel and then just put the hand in, and there you go. Now, once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and open up this backpack. I'm going to fold these. Oh, this is on a type of rocker hinge, so you need to make sure that is all the way open, so it's hanging out like that. Then all you got to do is turn the head around, like so. Then pull this open. And at this point, there's two panels on either side here. I'm going to open those up, and there we go. Now, once that is done, we're going to go ahead and take these side skirts. I'm going to fold those, or I should say turn these around like so. Now, next thing is we're going to go ahead and untab these side panels, which will become the wings. Just untab them. You don't have to open them up all the way. That was one of the things I was doing at one point. Then we're going to take this front shin area and we're going to untab that. And there we go. So this shin is on a rocker hinge. Now once that's there, we're going to put this foot and just fold that in. We're going to go ahead and pull this, making sure that this tab right here will go into this slot that's right in the front. And then once that's there, boom. That's all you gotta do. Close this up like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Open this section up. If we can get it open. Oh, this thing is such a pain in my ass here. There we go. Once that foot is there, we're just going to go ahead and just tab that in. And there we go. Now that that is done, all we gotta do is pull the legs open. Now these legs are on rocker hinges as well, as you can see. Now, come on, there we go. Now once that is done, all we gotta do is just turn the legs around. And at this point, this tab right here is going to go into this slot right there. That will tab that in. Oh, one other thing. These side panels that I had moved earlier will go back into its original position there, and then we just tab like so. Now do the same with the other side. And then once that's tabbed, there we go. So we basically have this front section here. Now at this point, all we gotta do is untab this, and we're going to put this tab into this back section right over here. So there's a tab, there's a slot. There we go. Now all we gotta do is just turn this around like so. We're gonna turn the arms around and then just turn the arms. Now there is, oh, silly me. We're going to go ahead and flip this in like so. And there is a tab here. There's a slot right there. That's going to tab right there. And now all we got to do is just move this in like so. Now all we have to do is take this rocker hinge here, tab it in, and there we go, like so. I'll go ahead and just turn this down like that, and zoom. And there he is, transformed into his tank mode. And I have to say, I am very, very impressed with this mode. Though I do have some comments concerning this. Yeah. For anyone that has seen other review videos of this, in this mode, it does have that metal sluggish type of tank, but this could have been done a little bit better. Now it does have some good rotation here, but honestly, I think it could have been done better if it was more towards the center. See? Right there. That would go pretty well. But again, this is just my own personal opinion on that. You know, you don't have to agree with me, but that's how I'm seeing it. Of course, you can lift the barrel up and so forth. Now, of course, something I didn't do earlier was just turn this around so that way this, the barrel with the little sight can be placed up and right there. So again, this is just my own fan because look, see right there in the center, that makes it a little bit better. But again, this is just my own fan thing. So not too bad, not too bad. So give me a moment, I'm going to take a couple more pics, then we're going to go from tank to his other alt mode. And here is Megatron in his second alt mode. Yeah. I have to say, interesting as it is, this is a mode that should not have been made. I mean, the tank mode was interesting enough. This jet mode was a total waste. Should never have been made, in my personal opinion. During the course of, before I started filming this segment here, I did review a couple of videos in terms of transforming it. And yeah, it got to a point where it became so frustrating, I was not going to put it back into tank mode and try and transform it on camera. So there he is. Give me a moment to go ahead and take a couple of shots for the end cap, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts as well as my score. All right, now I did say I was going to come back with a, my final word and score. However, I wanted to go ahead and show off a scaling on this. So what I did was I brought out the next best thing to the official Takara, Studio Series Optimus, and that was the byway. And mostly because he looks a lot better. And you can tell, scale-wise, this official Megatron does scale a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, but I think the scaling does work, so not too bad. But I just wanted to show this off since I was too lazy to go ahead and dig out any of the other Studio Series figures from the Bumblebee movie, like Soundwave or Starscream and whatnot. So here they are. Give me a moment to go ahead, once again, take a couple of shots, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts as well as my score. And there he is, all by his lonesome, just leading the command by pointing up ahead. And I have to say, I had a lot to say during the course of this review. There was times where I had to do retakes because it was so damn frustrating, especially with the transformation process. Robot mode had a lot of promise. Of course, it did lack certain paint apps in certain areas, which I think was pure and utter laziness on Hasbro's part. But nothing that I myself, won't be able to, do myself. So I'll take care of that at another video. Transformation into tank mode was pretty interesting. I think people have said this, in other reviews, and I've said it myself. The tank mode gave it a Metal Slug mode or vibe to it, which was pretty interesting. However, the alt mode, or I should say the second alt mode, Uh, and I know I've said this before, and I do apologize for sounding like a broken, antiquated record, but it's a mode that really should not have been made. With that being said, if I were to give this a score on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8. A lot definitely should have been done prior to its original release. Paint apps being one of them. A better transformation mode would have been another, and keeping it at one alternate mode would have been even more better. That jet mode, interesting as it was horrendous and frustrating to get into, which is why I never bothered to go ahead and film the transformation from the tank to the jet. It was just it was just that bad. So yeah, 8 is my score on this, and I'm being very generous at this point. But I want to hear from you. Have you picked this figure up? And if so, do you like them? Do you hate them? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when I post up new videos. As always, I'd like to thank everyone who does watch my channel, who subscribes, who shares, even leaving a comment or two. I like reading the comments, and it does help out my channel immensely. I really appreciate that. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.